Hey everyone, and welcome to my Let's Play of Dark Souls 2. If you remember, I've mentioned before that Dark Souls is my absolute favorite game. Souls 2 just came out, I think it was March 14th. Yeah. Excuse me. And if you saw my unboxing video, I have the collector's edition of this for the PS3. And I've played about a fifth of the way through, and I went ahead and I wanted to LP it, so instead of, like, I have a way to record console gameplay, but it's a pain in the butt with where my computer is right now, so I just went ahead and bought, excuse me, another copy. So, because I'm insane. So we're gonna go ahead, blood on, subtitles on, yeah, we're gonna have the HUD up. I'm gonna make it a little bit brighter for LP purposes, and we're gonna confirm that. We need, I think the camera's preset to what I want. Vibration, yeah, all this stuff. Jump controls. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I think we're good. Confirm. So, yeah. Like I said, I've played about a fifth of the way through. We're gonna do a character creation here. And, God, hopefully this doesn't get flagged for, content ID. Yeah, we're gonna do character creation, and then after that, maybe get into a little bit of gameplay, at least go do, or at least just try to get to Majula, but, next time I play, I'm gonna have either Will or Kenny joining me. This isn't the easiest game to play, by yourself and LP. It's really not. There are there are people who are great with the lore, who know, I mean, if you've ever watched Epic Name Bro or Rurikon, there are a bunch of people who are great with the lore and stuff, and then they have a lot more to talk about when they LP, but I, like I said, I've only played about a fifth of the way through, and I haven't looked at that many spoilers, so I don't know that much about the story. I do know some things, though. And you're probably wondering why I'm talking so much. Oh, there's the dark sign. I'm talking so much because, like I said, I don't want this to get flagged for content ID. Oh, something's wrong with your face, honey. Think your mascara's running.
None will have meaning, and you won't even care.
And I think that
then, you'll be something other than human.
Oh, hi, Spider. You'll notice that if you've played the first Souls game, or if you've you watched, I only played a few parts into that. I'm very comfortable with Souls. I can play through the whole thing pretty quickly. But
far to the north,
if you've played Souls, like the first Souls, you notice that there's an elegance to the way the world is laid out. You're gonna notice in this one that the game is a lot longer, and there's more in terms of you can just go in different directions. It's not as linear as the first game, but I think in the first game that linearity was done in like a significant degree of elegance. It was beautiful. So she looks like Smeagol. So, you know, that's something to keep in mind. Well, I'm really having a hard time finding stuff just to talk about incessantly so this doesn't get flagged by content ID. Yeah, so we're rowing across to these ruins. And there's a tree with fireflies. I'm just gonna do, you know, I'm just gonna do the typical LP thing where I just point out everything. I hate doing that, though. I hate it. And my chair is so loud. It's like, uh-oh. I don't care, they're pretty, but I would get grossed out with all those bugs all over me. Oh my god, I'll have to have, I'll have to have Will tell you the story, about the mayflies. Yeah, he tells it better when he sits in. It's definitely gonna be, like I said, when I do the normal videos, it's definitely gonna be Kenny and or Will. I mean, we have to kind of crowd around my computer, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's been a while since I played with this controller.
Time after time.
Like, Buggies, where are you going? Jump into that vortex. So, yeah.
For that
And that's pretty much that.
your fate.
That is your
The
fate.
fate of the cursed.
Now, the class that I initially chose is the Sorcerer. I like caster classes in this game. I have some melee characters too. I have a Cleric, which is, they just beat the crap out of everything. But casting in this game, it's a lot better, because in the original, you couldn't use casting full time. You had to have a weapon. And in this, if you don't want a weapon, you don't have to have one, because it's easier to get spells, and the number of spells you get... Oh, I was gonna say, those are fingernails, but no, those are fingertips. We're wearing fingerless gloves. The number of spells that you have increases with attunement, and attunement increases your attack speed and all that. So attunement is no longer just this spell or a stat that you have to dump points into in order to get more spell slots, which I think is really nice. Excuse me. Yep, camera's going the right way. So, here we go. Yeah, the controls on this are very loose. But that's okay. I'm gonna go to the right. There are a bunch of little kobolds here. If you don't bother them, they won't bother you. So that's kind of the way to go. Just leave them alone. Let them do their thing. And let's go ahead. Now if we go through there, we're going to go through there once we get spells, but right now... Man, this camera, I apologize, this camera's loose. Loose. Alright, you notice there's a little opening down in here. Don't fall. Oop, that would suck. Smooth and silky stones. That's pretty much what you can get in this area. And we're going to go in and there's going to be a cutscene with some elderly ladies. Hi, ladies. And they're basically like, hey, you're kind of jacked up. Do you remember who you were? And I'm like, nah. And then I pick what I am. And I'm like, yeah. And that is my incredibly eloquent way of putting that.
It's an undead.
It's...
An undead has come to play.
Nuh-uh, I don't want to play with you. They've done something interesting with the movement in the second game, where I feel it took me a little while to get used to the way that your character moves. It used to be that when you stopped, you just stopped on a dime. Now you do not stop on a dime anymore, and it's a little odd, but it's not bad. It just took some getting used to. And that's exactly the differences in the casting, the differences in the movement, and just in general any of the differences. That's why I'm not continuing my Dark Souls LP for a little while. Oh, Will's computer is restarting. Yeah, that's why I'm not continuing my Souls LP for this exact moment. Try to recall your name. What are we gonna name her? Sunny. After my 100 baby sim. Yes, I'm sure my name is Sunny.
At least you know your own name.
I know, right? Life hack. That camera, or that candle is bugging out.
For sharing. It's a human effigy.
Is it?
Take a closer look.
Those are a pretty important item. I haven't gotten to the point in my game where I really worry too much about them.
Think back.
But another thing about this this game is that items are finite. You can use bonfire ascetics because basically areas will farm out. So if you kill a bunch of a given enemy, or if you die too many times in an area, eventually they stop the enemies stop showing up, and that's a problem if you're trying to farm items. So they have We're gonna take the healing wares. So yeah, you basically, I can't even think. Gender, we're gonna go with a lady. Build, Sunny is on the narrow side. Physique, she's not very muscular. And her hair, I'm gonna move this. Move. What can we do? She has hers in a little bun, so we'll go with a little bun. Hair color, her hair is like a very light blonde. We'll go with that, except it's got like strawberry in it. And less blue. And less green. There we go. Okay. And her eyebrows are... Nope. What are these? Yeah, those look right. Eyebrow color. We'll go with that. And we'll do the same thing again. Oops. It's too bad you can't tell it to match the base color like you can in The Sims. Eye color. Her eyes are green. Very deep green, actually. And she doesn't have a tattoo. We can change some of it. She's a very feminine, soft face. Form emphasis. Actually, yeah. Skin color. Okay, so for those of you who watch regularly, I have an issue for some reason with my Fraps. It crashes on occasion. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I've contacted the Fraps people. They don't know what's wrong. So yeah, tried reinstalling all that fun stuff. But I did create Sunny, so we're just gonna go ahead and continue on. Seems about right. Okay, let's go ahead. There are our ladies. And this is what we look like now. That's Sunny. Oop, let me up there. And there are treats up here. We get a human effigy. So who doesn't love that? Because those are super necessary. Oh god, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to get used to these controls. As far as I'm aware, we don't have to exhaust their dialogue. So I'm not going to at this moment. I'm just going to get us over to Majula and we can always come back here. And I'm not going to do the tutorial. But I am going to mess up this. Come on. Thank you. Now your item durability goes down a lot faster than it used to. And it gets rectified. There we go. It's rectified when you go and stop off at a bonfire. Well, we could do the tutorial because I have to get up to the one ladder. Well, let's do the tutorial. We do not have an Estus flask yet. And I keep wanting to hit the shield button. I don't have a shield. One nice thing is they have made it easier to aim even if you aren't locked onto something, but locking on is still, in most instances. Hey, there's a buddy here. Hey, guy. Didn't drop anything. I don't think they do. Well, I can't be certain. And there's an ogre down there. Oh, I know what we can go get. We'll just go ahead and backstab this dude. The backstab animations are really cool. You know what, though? We're gonna go back and get something. While I'm thinking about it. This place has sound effects that remind me a lot of Anna. It's this, like, low rumbling you get. And there you go. Yeah, the controller's so floaty. I think it's just I'm not used to this controller. Okay. So there's an item I want from an ogre. And he's out here. He's just chilling. And I'm just gonna go shit in his cereal. Ruin his day. This is a lot easier to do as a caster. Much, much easier to do as a caster. But yeah, he's here. He's chilling. And I want to go back down here. Because he can kill me. But something he can't do is fit through this area here. Oh. Except he got bored. Need to come up here and ruin his day again. Hey guy. Come on, follow me. Doesn't that sound like fun? It does. Because he has a ring. There we go. There he is. He's like, no. You just gotta get under his skin enough. And he's just gonna keep backing up, but we can kill him. Pretty effortlessly, actually. He's gonna be like, no. And that should do it. Yep. So he drops a stone ring. It's very useful. Because it increases the poise reduction that you do to enemies. And as much as I hate to cover up her lovely face, we're putting that on because it provides a little more protection. A little more armor. Although, in the case of this character, I mean, it doesn't... It's best just to avoid getting hit. I would say that's the ideal. And we're just gonna run over here and drop right off. And we can level up, actually. Oh, wait, no, we can't. So we're actually gonna skip the tutorial area, too, because I don't want to lose these souls. We're just gonna go and head on out of the things betwixt. And I'm not gonna run because, like I said, I'm having a weirdness thing with these controls. It's really on me. Oh god. Every once in a while, the other player's ghosts startle me. On occasion. I'm not afraid to admit it. Yeah, just this way. And we'll come out at Majula. Now, one thing I'm going to do, which is possibly stupid. There's an item I want. Right down here. This, yes. I want the Morning Star and the Cleric Chime because I'm going to be getting a healing spell. Just to use. But I want these binoculars. And you can use them to look out over the beautiful vistas Isn't that gorgeous? And don't fall off. Don't fall off, you dummy. Let's go over here. There's bonfire. And another thing is, like, you can teleport between bonfires, like, immediately in this version. If you get to a bonfire, you can teleport.
The next monarch,
Probably not.
or merely a pawn of fate,
I'm gonna go with that one.
bearer of the curse. I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters.
This is the Emerald Herald.
Take this with you. May it ease your journey.
And she's giving us the Estus Flask.
Go on and see the king. He who made Drangleic what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul.
Okay.
King Vendrick.
I kind of know what's going on with the king, but...
Seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls.
But yeah, I'm not positive. My dog's wandering around in there.
A soul so frail and pallid.
It's not nice.
Seek those whose names are unutterable. The four endowed with immense souls.
You'll notice there are a lot of mirrors
Their souls will
between
serve as beacons.
this and the first Souls game.
Once you have found them, return here
Like
to me.
4 great souls,
So that hope
a
will not fade
king that may or may not be corrupted, all kinds of fun stuff.
away. Seek souls.
You'll see what I'm talking about as we
larger,
go
more
on.
Powerful souls. Seek the king. That is the only way. Lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
Well, thank you. So we're gonna go ahead and level up. What do I want to level? What'll endurance give us? A little more poise, some HP. Vitality increases your equip load. I actually don't know if I'm going to be using a shield. Probably, possibly not. We'll attunement increase my attack speed and an additional spell slot. So we're going to go straight for attunement right here. Start working towards increased spell uses as well. So there are a couple things that we're going to do. There's a blacksmith here. He wants us to find a key. We'll get the key later. It's not necessary right now. But there are a few items. So we'll go here. Hi. There we go. Life gem. And there are little piggies over here which will attack you. I need to equip that. And we need to have that there. And I would prefer not to fight the little piggies right now. But what we're gonna do is do that. If you hang out here, if you dawdle here too long, the little piggies will be like, "What's up?" And then we're gonna go up here to talk to this guy and join the I think it's the Way of the Blue. Yeah. And the reason being that the spell, where'd you go? Emerald Herald. There, oh my god, I just totally didn't see her. The reason being that the ring you get, it increases your HP a little bit, which is very helpful at early levels. So we're gonna upgrade our Estus Flask because we had a shard. I really want to move that. There we go. So now we've strengthened our Estus Flask, and let's go up here and talk to this guy who's just a ray of sunshine, I'll tell you. Ray of sunshine. And again, this mirrors the crestfallen knight that you had in the first game.
You have that distinct scent, the smell of irreversible fate.
I know, right?
This is Majula. It is a kind of settlement.
I think I have gloves that I can equip too.
Almost.
Thinking about it.
And in Drang Lake these days, there are
I suppose I don't need to carry a shield. I don't know. We'll see if I can find a light enough one. My collector's edition came with a pre-order weapon pack, and that came with some things you can get later in the game, but you can't get them. You don't get them right out of the gate unless you have the pre-order weapon pack.
There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody.
Dude, you're so depressing.
Do you know much about souls?
A little.
Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself.
Mm-hmm.
Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one.
Okay.
What we call the curse is traceable to the soul.
Well, there we go.
Do you see what that means?
Not particularly.
To be alive, to walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there.
Yeah, he's such a drag. I mean, of course, this world isn't exactly the place to be joyous. It's an awful place. Everything's terrible.
There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls.
Giant souls.
And wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul and a terrible curse.
Well, there you go.
If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now.
Problem is oh, there's my alarm. Problem is you end up, these conversations that you have with a lot of the NPCs, it's very wordy. The story, the game goes out of its way to explain a lot more to you than what you get in Souls. And for some people that's a benefit. I don't mind it in this game, although like I said, it's very wordy. But there's this sort of sadness and emptiness in the first game that I don't find you have as much here. And there's just kind of a beauty in having to discover the things on your own. I really liked that. Yes, I will join the way of the blue. Because I want that ring. And then as soon as I feel like it, I will stop being in your covenant.
People are weak, but the blue sentinels watch over us in their...
So basically what this means is if I'm wearing that ring and I get invaded, it will summon someone who is a member of the Blue Sentinels to come help me. But I'm not going to talk to you anymore, dude. This is how many deaths there have been since they released the game. So that is 82,295,361 deaths, and I'm sure that well, I added my fair share in my normal game, so I'm going to be adding some more here. Let's check. Do I have gloves? Yes, I have gloves I can equip. So it's all a little bit of extra armor and whatnot. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for this time. Cool. So, I'm doing this based upon the assumption that you're one of my normal viewers and you may not be as familiar with this series, although I know many of you are familiar with the Souls series, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments what you think, if you've played the game, if you're interested in playing the game. Since most of my viewers are female, I grew up being told, because I know a number of you have as well, I grew up being told that I shouldn't play video games because I am female, and that's not fair and that's not right. So when I got older and I found that I loved video games, and I found that my favorite game is, the first Souls, and which is in fact one of the hardest games out there these days. It's like, okay, I just believe in myself. I can do whatever I want. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if I'm a woman. And that's something that a lot of women face in the gaming community, so I figured I would talk about that, because it's important to me, and also the turning, and this is very fun. So, thank you, and I will see you next time. Bye!